I call the Halifax County Board of Supervisors meeting to order on Tuesday, June 30th at 6:30 p.m. The invocation will be by Supervisor Oakes, followed by Pledge of Allegiance by myself. If y'all all stand, please.
Let us pray. Most loving and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us as a community and as a nation. On the eve of our 250th anniversary, I ask you that you continue to bless our nation, guide and direct us, strengthen us as only you can. May all the decisions we make tonight be beneficial to your kingdom and our community. In Christ's precious and holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on our agenda, we have two board members that need to participate remotely. One being Vice Chair Smart and the other one Supervisor McDowell. Is there a motion to allow participation?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Supervisor Oakes and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to allow remote participation for Vice Chair Smart and Supervisor McDowell. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. I would like attendance roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. Robbie, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. What reason are you doing remote participation?
I'm in on the Eastern Shore. It's my anniversary.
Okay. So that's personal on the Eastern Shore. Okay. Thank you. Mr. McDowell, your reason? Supervisor McDowell?
Is he muted? Looks like he's muted.
He's got it muted. Mr. McDowell, can you unmute your side?
Now, are you able to unmute your side?
What was your reason for missing the meeting? Participating remotely?
I've been out with Dodge Pittsburgh. I'm just getting back in from Kentucky. I'm coming out of there.
Okay, so it's personal. Okay, and you come back into Danville. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Supervisor Witt. The next would be attendance roll call, please.
Supervisor Riddle,
Present.
Chair Roller,
Present.
Supervisor Oaks,
Present.
Supervisor Witt,
Present.
Vice Chair Smart,
Present.
Supervisor Thompson,
Present.
Supervisor McDowell,
Here.
Supervisor Claiborne.
Present.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay, and thank you. The next item on the agenda is adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes, corrections, additions to the agenda?
There are a couple, Chair. The first under recognitions, the first item on the recognition will be an introduction of the interim park and rec director. And then the second is a recognition from Hitachi.
Okay.
Then the third and remaining item, from my perspective, is an item to add to the closed session under subsection A3, which is discussion or consideration of the acquisition of real property for a public purpose or of the disposition of publicly held real property where discussions in an open meeting would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body. And this is related to IDA Project B.
Okay. Is there a motion to amend our agenda to include those items?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and second to add the two items to our agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those
Aye.
opposed, like sign. That motion carries. Now, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to adopt the agenda as amended. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
those opposed, like sign. Adoption of agenda is carries. The next item is approval of minutes. We have minutes from the November 10th Planning Commission and Board of May 19th, 2026 Planning Commission and Board of Supervisors joint meeting, pages 7 through 29. The May 26, 2026 Ordinance Committee meeting, pages 24 through 31. The June 1st, 2026 Board of Supervisors regular meeting, pages 32 through 50. The June 3rd, 2026 Ordinance Committee meeting on pages 54 through 56. The June 15th, 2026 Finance Committee meeting, pages 57 through 59. The June 16th, 2026 Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting, pages 60 through 63. And the June 16th, 2026 Ordinance Committee meeting, pages 64 through 65. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, I'd entertain a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Claiborne and seconded by Supervisor Thompson to approve the minutes. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. That motion carries. We have the next item on the agenda is a consent agenda approval. We have warrants for May 2026 on page 67. Supplemental appropriations for fiscal year 2025 through 2026. That's on page 68. And the treasurer's report from May 31st, 2026, pages 69 through 70. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to approve the consent agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. The next item on our list is recognitions. The first would be the Parks Director, Mr. Bray.
Yes, so, Chair and Board, I wanted to, Travis, if you wouldn't mind, come up to the podium. I wanted to introduce the board as well as the community to our new interim Park and Rec Director, Mr. Travis Moore. Most of you know him as the head basketball coach at the high school, but he is now serving as the Park and Rec Director on an interim basis for the county as a whole. So, Mr. Moore, if you have any words for the community, feel free to share.
Yes, sir. Good evening, members of the board of supervisors. Thank you for your time. As he said, my name is Travis Moore. I just want to say that I'm excited to see what the future holds for Halifax County through Parks and Recreation, and I'm looking forward to working with and in this community. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you, sir.
The second item under recognitions would be Hitachi.
So, Mr. Chair, Mr. Riley Clark will come up and offer his presentation of sorts to the board.
Members of the board, I wanted to first thank you all for many of you came to our groundbreaking yesterday. It was really appreciated from the board. We just want to say that we appreciate your partnership. Strong partnerships between the facility and the local elected officials really allows us to grow and allows us to continue to invest in our community and also invest in our facility. And we're really excited about this next step that we're doing here with our LPT large power facility, and it's not the last step. And so we look forward to continuing to support Halifax and bringing new jobs. With that, we do have during the groundbreaking we have some groundbreaking shovels, and so I've brought those tonight, and so we'd like to kind of give those to you personally to kind of thank you for your support and thank the counties for their support. They have a stand, so they're not easy to stay, and so I wanted to just present that to you all as just a small thank you for your continued support of our organization, and we look forward to continuing to partner with you not only with our industry but also with different projects that we do in the community. The project that you guys approved partnering with us with our softball field is almost nearly complete, and so we look forward to having you out there soon to kind of celebrate with us with that. That'd be a great thing for our community. So just want to tell you thank you, and do you want me to show one or how do you want? And so,
Well, so if the board members present wouldn't mind coming down, accepting a shovel, and we'll have a brief photo op for that, just as a historical purposes for the Hitachi. Gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind picking up a shovel, Miranda and Brian will take a picture there. You can go ahead and pick up the shovel.
don't hit each other with it.
There's a shovel and a stand for each one of you. So take with you when you go. Okay. Yes, yeah, those two, and a stand as well.
Thank you, Ryland. Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Clark, and for all the board members that didn't hear that. They are our shovels and stands for us to carry with us when we go home, and I'm sure we'll put them to good work. Okay. The next item on our agenda is citizens' comments. The comment guidelines, remove your headgear. Speaking to the microphone and clearly state your name and address. You may address any issue not on the agenda for public hearing or where public hearing has been held and action on that subject has not occurred. Questions shall be directed to the chair. No applause or comments from the audience. Shouting, profanity, threats, personal attacks, and other similar actions are unacceptable. Language or actions which insult or demean any person or groups of persons, or which, when directed at a public official or employee, is not related to his job duties, is prohibited. And that is a time limit of 3 minutes. I now open the citizens' comment section of our meeting, and ones who would like to comment, please come forward.
I'd like to say good evening to the board. My name is Thomas Majors. I'm here to do a little different. I came a few years ago and asked you to put TJM, the school, up for sealed bids, and there, when he receded, he had the highest bid, Dale Miller, which is my brother's stepson. And what we have over there every fourth Thursday of the month from 11 to 2. And we inviting the board to come over at the senior citizens, some question that they have, and we have lunch at 11, lunch at 12. We start at 11, lunch at 12. My wife was supposed to be, she heads up this committee, and I'm on the board. It's on the board. We got a board over there, and so I'm on the board. And that's why I'm asking you to come over and have dinner with us. On last Thursday, we had string beans, potato salad, and one side item, cakes, and but we have a good meal for you. So I'd like to ask one of the board members to let me know, not this month, and not next month, but let's give us time, because we have a facilitator for those months. We don't already have for this month, for the month coming up. But we have a facilitator, so we like for one supervisor, and they have another one to answer some of the questions to the senior citizens. What y'all job do? Why y'all? What you do for the county? And so we would like to have you over there, maybe August or September. If you would get that information to Mr. Whitt, with my next door neighbor there, and he would tell me what date y'all want to come. And we would appreciate to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Majors, for the invitation.
I'm Catherine Carter from ED6, one of the people in exercise.
Would you please remove your headgear, please?
It's a woman.
Oh, it's a woman? Okay. Didn't catch it. Go ahead. Good.
I'm Catherine Carter, and one of the people in exercise of my right to petition government for redress of grievances. Respectfully, by right, instruct Halifax County Board of Supervisors of statutes violating fundamental principles and the code of law our founders wrote in the ancient phraseology of the constitutions, to which you assign sworn solemn oaths before God to obey. The people, the grantors and beneficiaries, have delegated limited express powers for government officials, our trustees and servants, to protect the rights of the people and posterity to life, liberty, and property pursuant to the Virginia Declaration of Rights, Section 2. The current administrative state statutes, the Commonwealth Attorney and officials from the state instruct Halifax County BOS to enforce shall be pursuant to the constitutions, so the Halifax County BOS conducts official acts, or if repugnant to the Constitution, puts each of you in danger of maladministration due to unofficial acts for which there is no immunity, but personal liability. Trump versus U.S. 2024. You have admirably exercised in several meetings your duty to protect the rights of the people regarding data centers and solar farms, which produce neither crops nor livestock, but instead, in 40 years, leave the land they are erected on indefinitely poisoned by lithium, potentially contaminating not only the land but water supplies, thereby endangering human, animal, and plant life, God's creation, for which the owner is liable. It is my prayer that the Halifax County BOS continue to build on that rightful relationship with the people so we together can restore our guaranteed Republican form of government pursuant to Federal Constitution Article 4, Section 4. Alexis de Tocqueville in 1830 described the American local republics are born of God, when the people lawfully assemble to consult with one another without interference from government and instruct elected officials of the community how to preserve their God-given rights, such as their sacred oaths of office are honored to that end. I further instruct this body to abandon unconstitutional closed four-year meetings with data center corporations, affordable housing realty companies, NGOs, and other entities that have no rights but meet secretly to usurp the rights of the people. Also, to ignore any other statutes such as gun bans that encroach on the basic rights of self-defense and the use of natural resources such as water and affordable electricity. You should have received an email with my petition for redress of grievances, which has instructions for response in 40 days. A certified return receipt copy will be following up, and in communication of the Virginia Bill of Rights, the first written
Please.
by the people. And happy 250th birthday.
Good evening. My name is Stacy Long, and I'm from the Alton community. This past week, we learned that Alton Post Office Solar has been fined $106,000 for not complying with DEQ requirements concerning their agreement to properly operate and maintain their solar facility. We have certainly been living through a nightmare in my community over the last 4 years.
Stacy, you are speaking on a subject that's up for vote tonight.
No, I'm not. It's for Alton.
You're speaking on the subject of solar. The subject of solar
I'm not
is up for vote tonight. I know you aren't talking about that particular one, but you're speaking on that subject. I'm gonna rule that out of order. I'm sorry.
Okay, yes, sir. No. How about that?
Yes.
Good evening, members of the Halifax County Board. I am here to formally object to the conditional use permit granted to Hope Center Ministries in Alton, Virginia. The current condition of this permit compromise our neighborhood safety and overlook basic zoning standards. First, with security, the board required this facility to be completely secured, but it did not require fencing or gating. Instead, when neighbors expressed their concerns, We were told that this facility's security cameras qualify as the property being secured. This is a false sense of security. Second, the 24/7 staffing agreement. This agreement allows this facility to count a camera as a staff member for 16 hours of the day from 5 p.m. in the evening until 9 a.m. the next morning. A camera cannot intervene in an emergency, manage residents, or protect the safety of our families. Third, please place a strict cap on limiting the number of times this facility can utilize the 911, sheriff, and emergency services. More importantly, there should be a zero allowance for any situation where a local neighbor's safety is being threatened enough to be forced to call these services due to it being a fault of this facility. Finally, inaccurate, misleading, and false information. This applicant was permitted to submit a misleading letter to the community claiming that this residential home was once a church campus to downplay their massive commercial expansion. The board accepted a house floor plan for the required detailed sketch plan. The board accepted this facility's claim that it's a low-intensity residential living. The board is allowing the single-family home and the detached buildings to be turned into living quarters for housing 34 non-residents, some with legals on a rotating basis, making this a high-intensity commercial operation. Our neighbors deserve a guarantee of basic safety and transparent zoning enforcement. I urge the board to amend this permit to mandate physical fencing, caps on services, and 24/7 continuous human on-site staffing. The members of the board, every time you all approve these, what I call cover-up permits, you're allowing these businesses to come here to deconstruct, destroy, and kill our laws so they can build theirs. This is just another hoarder's request. You have already permitted the land to be hogged up just to be covered up with a massive amount of materialistic hoarding for us to be left to look at. Now you want us to watch you let this business hog houses so they can hoard people. 34 men on a rotating basis who need to be secured. Putting their need for security over our right for safety is wrong. Please revoke this permit.
Your name, please?
Betty Furman.
Okay, I'll thank you. That's for the record.
Mr. Chairman, I would hope that you would follow up on this, you and the staff follow up on her comments and
If you wouldn't mind, I can get your contact information to follow up. We can do it.
And Mr. Wood, you have in your package, that you submitted to the board.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Anyone else?
Excuse me, I have a question. We are allowed to talk about the problems in our county regarding.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Come up here.
Okay, we were told.
Let's wait for Mr. Clark. Okay.
So, good evening, Supervisor, Chairman, Supervisor Roller, and members of the board. I come before you tonight with informational purposes. I had the privilege of this morning about 6 o'clock to speak with the county administrator, Ron Braid. I'm not sure whether he woke me up, I woke him up, but the topic of our conversation was the heat and all that we're going to be experiencing later this week. I think it's going to be the hottest temperature-wise, and the heat index is going to be soaring over 100 degrees with the heat index. So, I spoke to him about a few things and also reached out to the emergency service coordinator, Brian, and Benita Nelson and Kim Carson with Tri-County. We're in the process of putting together some cooling shelters. We have about 7 locations already confirmed that we will have all the exact information out tomorrow. It's going to start for us. The project we're working on is going to start Thursday at 11 o'clock from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we're not sure on Sunday yet. We're trying to confirm that as well. It's open to anybody. Like I said, we've got 7 locations confirmed, different locations throughout the county to make it easy for people to come. And, we ask that, citizens, if they know somebody who would need to come, I spoke with Rounding tonight with Hitachi. He said he would furnish water to each location, and the people that come, they're able to bring snacks. Unfortunately, we don't have the facilities to accommodate animals, pets, but I wish we did, but we don't. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention, and we'll have more tomorrow. Is there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Clark. Next,
I have a question. So we were told.
come to the podium, please.
We were told that we were allowed to talk about, I'm Brooke Clay. We were told that we were allowed to talk about the effects that solar is having to our community as long as we're not bringing up the Liberty project that you're voting on tonight.
Okay, basically, when we vote on the projects coming tonight,
we're not
we'll vote on solar. So, we have public hearing on solar, and we're not gonna make this citizen comment until another public hearing.
But that meeting was about the Liberty Project Solar in specifically. We're talking about the other problems.
You're trying to split hairs. It's a subject of our bylaw.
So I'm not allowed, in Alton, I'm not allowed to have problems with my solar because you had a meeting about Liberty a couple of weeks ago. I'm not allowed to speak about my problems with Alton with solar.
You can come back next meeting and talk about solar all you want to if it's not on the agenda.
Yeah, but we're talking about the problems that we're having with solar in the community now. Like, we're having these problems now. We're not having them in 2 weeks. We're having them now. And that has absolutely nothing to do with the Liberty Project that you're voting on tonight. Absolutely none. You're trying to quieten us, and you're trying to take our right of speech.
Listen,
you are trying to take our right of speech, and we're just supposed to lay down and take it?
Calm down. Speak.
I'm trying to speak, but you're taking our right to speak. And then you expect me not to get mad about it because you're taking my right of freedom of speech. Is this the United States of America, or did I come to the wrong Board of Supervisors meeting? I mean, you tell me. Because I know my rights. I know my Constitution. And you're going to tell me that I can't talk about the problems I'm having with solar in my community. I don't have anything to do with Liberty. I live in Alton, and I have my problems, and I can't speak about them. Solar has already tried to come for every family farm I got. They offered me millions, but I'm not a sellout.
Listen, we are a limited. No applause, please.
We can't applause and we can't speak.
No, you can speak. We are a limited public forum.
No, we live in a communist country. We no longer live in America. That's what it is. And then, okay, let's talk about you saying you don't care what this county does as long as they pay you. We'll go to McDonald's. They'll pay you there. We care about what happens in our county. Oh, Robbie Smart, my bad. He's on that. Oops. Nobody got the balls to stand up to y'all. And you voted no solar. You told all of us. Guess you didn't make it public so you could tell who you wanted, what you wanted. Right.
You're 3 minutes up.
Of course it is. I never got it 3 minutes because I couldn't talk about what I wanted to talk about.
The floor is still open. Next. Seeing none, I close the public citizens comment section. There are no public hearings. The next we have a presentation from Empower broadband, is an update on the status of that project in the county.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to interject here that I think it's been maybe almost a year since Empower has been to this board to provide a status update. And so I've invited Mr. David Lipscomb from Mecklenburg Electric Empower to basically provide an update to the board and the community on the status of that particular project. So let's move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Bray. Supervisor, certainly appreciate the opportunity to bring you up to speed on the project that we've been working on collectively, and it is being successful. It's a successful partnership. You guys have supported us through 3 different VODI projects, which comes through the Department of Housing and Community Development, through the Virginia Telecommunications Initiative, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about where those are and go from there. But one of the things we want to talk about first is and I apologize, my slide has multiple things there. What does broadband actually do for a community? It brings educational opportunities. It brings opportunities for children to work and access resources at home, and to further their educational, their learning opportunities. But not only does it help students who are in grade school, high school, it also assists adults who are seeking further education. So that's a big thing that we are able to provide to those folks that are from home. It allows teachers to grow professionally. Now, if you go to the next thing, what does broadband do? What does fiber broadband do? And it closes a widening gap in education, in economic opportunity, in healthcare, in quality of life. So it provides economic growth and resilience. So often, and I'm sure many of the folks that in of course on the board and those folks that are here, part of our work goes home with us. And when you're able to log online, when you're able to get online and you can actually complete your work, you can see what's going on back at the office or back at work when you need to. So one of the things, and these are some statistics that are provided from the National Cable and Telecommunications Association, they have found that 213%, there is a broadband adoption increases by 213% business growth in a community. They're 18% higher per capita income where there is a large adoption of broadband. And that roughly translates to $500 a month now, or per person, I'm sorry. It's $500 per person per year. Additionally, there is a 10% higher self-employment growth compared to similar areas. So you can see there's a real tangible impact by having broadband in our communities. Fiber broadband, it helps with agriculture and precision farming. It helps with healthcare. So often we are able to stay at home. You don't have to go see that therapist, or you don't have to go see that party, that doctor, that specialist who may be a couple of hours away. You can talk to him online, and you can see this guy here. He's checking his blood pressure while he's talking to his doctor. So thankful that we have some great local healthcare facilities. But when we need that specialist, you can do it online, and you don't have to drive. But it also allows that connection. You can connect a device online, and they can check to see how our health is doing, and helps us out a whole lot. So that's another thing that it does. Now, look, let's go on and talk a little bit, folks, about where we are today. So in July of 2025, if you look at that map, now that's across all of Southside Virginia, but you can look and see the dark blue areas there are areas where broadband was open and available to the public, to those folks that Empower serves. So you can see where that goes. Now, if we go to the next slide, you see the blue is still there. And since last year, the orange areas have now also opened up. Now, particularly if you look at Halifax County, you can see that the holes that have been filled since that time. So over the course of the year, look at the opportunities that folks have to utilize broadband based on that. So The projects, this includes openings because of the VADI 2022 project, the 23 project, and the 24 project. So we are excited that that's moving on. Let's talk a little bit about especially what's going on here in Halifax County. You can see there is a view of what happened in 2025. That blue area again, 2025. Look at the orange area that is now covered. All of that is open for application by the residents that live in those areas. They're able to apply for high-speed fiber broadband. And you guys will remember when we started probably about 5 years ago now, it was a white map. There was nothing. There was very limited service, almost nothing. Now, if we go over, so how are we doing? The first project that we did with you guys through the Southside Planning District Commission was the VADI 2022 project. That covered 4,854 customers or addresses. And you see those, the green dots on those maps. Today, we are 98.7% complete on that 2022 VADI project. And it will be completed. All of those areas, remaining areas will be open at the end of next month. So that one is moving on. 2023, we were able to utilize the fiber that was there, extend service out to a few more homes. That would add 1,893 accounts or locations, addresses. That is to date 97.5% complete. And that is scheduled for completion in fall of 2027. So you can see the number of folks that are having access to broadband, to high-speed broadband. The 2023 project added 1,223 accounts here in addresses, locations in Halifax County. That is 97.8% also scheduled to be complete in 2027. So that represents in total 7,970 addresses across Halifax County that now have access to service. And overall, those three projects are 98.2% complete. So you can see the opportunities that are being afforded to our citizens. So we're excited to be able to offer that. Now, one of the things that I'm excited to tell you about too is we are quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers through the Empower Network across all of Southside Virginia. There's still folks that I know, that still don't have internet. Empower had applied for and received an additional grant opportunity, a growth opportunity called BEAD, which is a federal government program. And we received 2,183 additional addresses here in Halifax County. Now, we are awaiting final approval to begin construction on that, but it is very near, and we'll be able to start on that. And I think about, I know from looking and preparing for our meeting tonight, I know part of those areas, they're scattered pockets around that are BEAD. I know there's some in Mr. Claiborne's area that still are waiting. They'll be available through BEAD. I know that Mr. McDowell has some in his area, in Mr. McDowell's road that where he lives. That's a BEAD address. So there are addresses in little pockets like that across the county that will be completed, but we still have that additional growth. So we are continuing. So if you add all of those together, those represent 10,000 addresses across the county that previously didn't have access to the broadband, high-speed internet that they need. It's in place for many and coming for others. All right, that's the update there. Any questions you guys might have? Be glad to.
Once y'all receive this BEAD grant, that takes care of all the pockets and the openings
Yes, sir.
I know we know.
It takes care of the majority of folks that don't have it. It's putting them in line to receive it. So, yes, sir, it's going to take care of the overwhelming majority of folks that are out there.
Okay, and I know you'll see a lot you said complete in fall of 27, which is a year
Yes, sir.
down the road.
Now, Mr. Roller, not to interrupt you, but you did notice we are having we are being successful in completing those items quicker. So we're in the high 90s. We're not going to delay it. We're going to keep pushing it up.
But I'm amazed at the places where I've seen fiber installed. I know lots been put down, but the majority was down. It's tested. People are subscribing to it, and I know that once fiber goes in, you got other stuff that's got to happen too before a person can sign on.
Yes, sir. There was one of the things that we had seen, I think, at the last time that I presented to you guys was fiber had been placed on a pole. It had been placed in the ground, but it hadn't all been tied together. So during this past year, all of that started coming into play. I know one of the areas where we had took a while to get everything tied together was in Mr. Oak's area. And earlier this year, we were able to get the overhead fiber put in. We were able to get it tied in. So now that area in and around Vernon Hill, we've been able to successfully get folks hooked up and hooking up some more. Mr. Claiborne?
Yeah, and I must say that you've done a substantial part of our area, and I thank you. I know you've done it because it took me 10 minutes to get in my driveway one day when you were.
Well,
I thank you for doing it.
We'll apologize for that part, but thank you for your patience with us as we make sure that that is one of the things that we have seen. Folks have really worked together to make sure that all of our community can benefit from this service. So we're certainly thankful to the folks in our communities who have said, "Hey, look,
I think it's been a great and amazing partnership with Empower, and this is life changing for people doing right here. So it's good stuff."
Mr. Witt, we appreciate the county's support. We appreciate what you guys that you trusted us, and we appreciate that. And we're glad to be able to give back to our community. We've often felt that we serve the same citizens, we serve the same residents that you guys do, and we're so appreciative to be able to. Glad to be able to offer something back to our community. So,
and for me, thank you for what you've done for the county.
Mr. Roll, we appreciate you guys.
One question.
Yes, sir.
If you all have access to ARPA funds for this particular project, is it anticipated you'll be able to spend those by the end of the calendar year?
Everything that's set up for ARPA, yes, sir. So it's all on track. And one of the things that we've worked with Mr. Braid and, of course, the Southside Planning District Commission. We meet monthly and we talk about where those things are to keep on track. So that is part of the plan to make sure that we're hitting those targets. And also, the Department of Housing and Community Development, they oversee that, and they also we meet with them monthly to make sure that it's all on track and that the county and the state's interests are both met. So. If there are no further questions,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The next item on the agenda is committee reports, and it will be the Finance Committee meeting. And it's pages 84 through 90. Mr. Gray, Supervisor Rich, either one of y'all want to take the lead on this
I'll
one?
let you do this one.
Page 84.
So this particular item is related to bonuses for the 2000 FY 26, and so this is basically an ordinance that came through the General Assembly recently, and so we have drafted a resolution for the boards to vote on. It's in page 86, an ordinance authorizing the payment of monetary bonuses to employees of Halifax County. And so what we're seeking at this particular point is the board's vote on this, and with a successful vote, we will go ahead and
I want to explain just a little further on this. state of Virginia approves salary increases for their positions, constitutional positions from the state. We have other people working in their offices besides the constitutional positions. When they get a 2% salary increase from the state, it's only for those people that the state has approved, and we have a lot of other people working in there as well. So what we don't want to let happen is you can't have people in the same office, one getting 2% raise and the other person getting nothing. That won't work. So we feel like we have to, if we're going to do 2% for those folks, and the state's going to pay for that, then we need to do 2% for the other people who work in the county offices, who work for Halifax County.
These are bonuses. These are bonuses.
Well,
Yeah.
bonuses and salaries both. That means this one is bonuses. Same difference.
Same difference.
Yes. So I'm just trying to make an explanation to the public.
Okay, a motion was made in committee by Vice Chair Smart and seconded by Supervisor Witt to recommend to adopt this ordinance. So a motion is on the floor. So I guess that we just open the floor for discussion. Anybody any discussion on this before we vote on it?
This one is a bonus, though, is that right?
Hmm?
This one is a bonus.
This is a bonus, yes.
No,
This
salary.
resolution is bonuses, yes.
Okay, just a
The
bonus.
the salaries were built into the bonus.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's not a salary increase.
No, this is bonus.
I just wanted to make sure before I.
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah. Okay, any other comments? I think we need a roll call vote. Okay. Roll call vote on approving ordinance number 2026-24, authorizing the payment of monetary bonuses to employees of Halifax County.
Supervisor Riddle,
Yes.
Chair Roller,
Yes.
Supervisor Oates,
Yes.
Supervisor Witt,
Yes.
Vice Chair Smart,
Yes.
Supervisor Thompson,
Yes.
Supervisor McDowell,
Yeah.
Supervisor Claiborne.
Yes,
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. The next part of our agenda is new business. The first item is ordinance number 2026-26, relocation of polling precincts, Black Walnut District, Mount Carmel District, and the Virgin Island District. And that's on pages 92 through 94 of the board package. I know we've had the public hearings on this, and you know, I'd be glad to entertain a motion to approve ordinance 2026-26 for relocate the polling precincts.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Supervisor Witt, seconded by Supervisor Riddle to approve resolution 2026-26 for relocation of the polling precincts. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. The next item under new business is resolution 2026-27. That's a resolution for the South Central Transportation Authority. And as listed in our package, it's a resolution for support to create a South Central Transportation Authority. And I think we have some individuals here if we have any questions for them.
So, Chair Roller, in this particular case, we did have an informational briefing at the previous board meeting
Yeah.
by Mr. J. Ellington. There were a few questions that some board members had regarding what that working interface would be with VDOT. And so I just got word late today that Mr. Ellington wasn't able to make this evening's meeting, but we do have Mr. Chris Winstead from VDOT who is here. He can basically share with the board how VDOT has interacted with other transportation authorities in the state of Virginia. So, Mr. Winstead, if you wouldn't mind.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the Halifax County Board of Supervisors. My name is Chris Winstead, and I get to work as the VDOT Lynchburg District Engineer. And it's my pleasure to be with you this evening. If I can answer any questions, I'd be happy to do so.
It's my understanding that if we participate in its transportation authority, that some of the gasoline and diesel, those sales taxes that presently go to VDOT would be put in reserve more for our county and for this transportation authority. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. As I had watched Jay Ellington's presentation to the board, what I believe he has presented was that of the wholesale fuel tax, 9.3 cent per gallon of gasoline revenues and 9.4 cent per gallon of diesel revenues. These are existing taxes that are in place, and they would be should the authority be approved, they would be moved into the authority's use.
Now, if these funds are moved into the authority's use, how does that affect what VDOT provides for Halifax County?
Sure, and it's a great question, Mr. Chairman. I just want a couple of things real quick. This is there's a long, rich history VDOT has with other localities that have entered into transportation authorities, and we've have a successful relationship in each of those situations. The fact is, from the standpoint of the remaining gas tax revenues and the remaining revenues that come to VDOT, they're still in place. So we will continue to maintain the roadway network. The county will continue to be able to participate in smart scale applications for both high priority program as well as district grant. In concert with collaboration with us, it really doesn't change anything from that standpoint. You have those opportunities.
So you collaborate with the transportation authorities?
We will collaborate with the authorities as well as continue to collaborate with Halifax County.
But you would be using our money in that collaboration in this group. You use everybody's money, but our money as well in this South Central transportation group.
Right. Board member, as I understand it, according to what Jay Ellington has proposed, the authority would receive these gas revenues as well as any other revenues that have been identified with this particular authority. And once that's in place, the authority decides how to prioritize. If you would like to use VDOT as a resource to assist you in project development and project delivery, to manage the project development and the construction process, we will help you. If you don't and you'd like to do it yourself, then you have that opportunity as well. And we'll partner with you.
Does VDOT get any less funds because of this?
The 9.3 cent per gallon for gas and the 9.4 cent for diesel would move through VDOT into the authority, and the authority would be able to use that. And the authority would be established through the General Assembly, as I understand it. And we actually have memorandum of agreements between other authorities and VDOT as to how we operate. But we basically would support helping the authority accomplish the goals that they would set.
Okay. when you look at this authority, when they first put it together, Halifax was not part of that.
Yes, sir.
This authority focuses on the 85 and 95 corridors between Petersburg and Raleigh. Is that correct? Would you say that's, or you don't know?
That's really a question I think that Jay Ellington would have to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell you how, but I do know this, the presentation that he made did distinguish 55% going back to local jurisdictions, 35% going to regional transportation projects, and 10% for public transit.
I saw that.
Yes, sir.
So that's not necessarily a good deal either unless you're involved in the project coming your way. So Halifax is at the tail end of this project, if you will, and was added after it was originally put in. It appears that we don't stand to gain as much from this regional authority as those people in the corridor do. Now, I'm just surmising. Do you want to respond to that?
I really think that's a question for Jay Ellington. I want to be able to speak on behalf of the agency of VDOT. I can tell you that my observations with other transportation authorities, we had a conference call yesterday with the county administrator, Mr. Braid, and my counterpart, Dale Todden in Richmond District, just to listen to Dale talk a little bit about what the Central Virginia Transportation Authority does. One of the examples there that was given was one of the counties, I believe it was Hanover County, has elected to take a portion of the funds that come back to that county and to do trench widening on the secondary roadway network, and then do an asphalt overlay on top of that. Frankly, otherwise would not occur. So there are opportunities to accomplish things. It's a matter of the priorities that are set regionally within the Transportation Authority, and as well as the revenue that comes back to the individual localities as to how they want to use that money. But you would have the authority to use that the way that you see fit, according to whatever requirements are laid out in that particular authority. So I don't know if that helps answer your question, but we've tried to be as transparent as we can in order to be helpful.
Supervisor Wood, I just wanted to add a point of clarification. So other than the basic research that Mr. Ellington has done, this concept was originally presented to the Southside Planning and District Commission. And so Halifax County was not originally in that original presentation, but those who were there in the meeting, including Chair Roller, Supervisor McDowell, and Supervisor Claiborne, felt that we wanted to be considered as a part of this overall activity. So other than the basic research, I mean, there's not been any actions that have been taken other than Halifax County being considered part of the South Central Transportation Authority as far as the resolution is concerned. So while the resolution is in the package for the board to vote on this evening, or if you wanted to delay it for some other time, that would be okay as well. But this resolution basically continues to say that this board for the county is continues to be interested, but it doesn't necessarily obligate us. Once it goes on to the Virginia Assembly, that's when we're basically something is much more firm at this particular point. The resolution is
They would
basically
still come back to us for action.
we have the opportunity to continue to engage, and if we wanted to stop it at that particular point or pull out, we would still have the opportunity to do so.
And can I add something from the meeting? At the other meeting, Supervisor Wade, what the administrative grade is saying is correct. This is just for the do research to see whether or not we want to join. For years, we haven't had transportation around here. And with the expansion that we're going through, with everything else that's coming up in the future, it's going to be important that we develop some type of transportation system. So this is just going to be a study to allow us a chance to see whether or not we can opt in to it. We would never end it before. We just were included at our last SPDC meeting.
Or are we committing ourselves to this
There's
authority?
no commit. No commitment.
Brady,
That's what I was going to ask.
are we committing ourselves to this authority tonight?
We are saying that we want to be included in the.
Included
Are
in
we
the study.
committing ourselves to this authority tonight? Yes or no?
We are committing ourselves to move forward with this, but until the Virginia Assembly says or votes one way or the other, it's not a done deal.
Okay. So we would still have an opportunity to not participate if we thought it was.
That is my understanding, yes.
That is correct, Supervisor Wade. And what we have to do is we have to be willing to investigate and look into this because it's gonna be quite helpful to us in the future.
This has nothing to do with VDOT, but I see in this proposal, it's got a sales and use tax also, in addition to this gasoline tax, and that's 0.7 cents. And they're saying that that would generate $3 million a year.
And that's per thousand.
No,
That's per thousand. Is that correct? Mr.
Additional
Wade?
tax revenue, and this is a sales and use tax for Halifax County, $2,978,000. So what I'm saying is, we got 33,000 people in this county. If we participate in this, maybe we need it, maybe we don't. But it's gonna cost every man, woman, and child in Halifax County around $90 in additional sales tax. Now, I know we have people travel through the county. And that's the way
I
I
interpret it, but you have your
well, I mean,
interpretation.
it's right, it's sales and use tax.
That money would go to the authority to help with transportation.
That would.
So what I would suggest, because again, Mr. Ellington was not able to make it tonight. The board doesn't have to vote on this resolution. If there are more questions, that these types of questions are more appropriate for Mr. Ellington to answer, then this should be postponed until we can have him here to fill those questions.
I want clarification on the sales and use tax before we vote on it.
I agree. Why don't we table it till we can get
Table
Ellington in here?
Yeah,
What do you think,
we
Mr.
table
Chair?
it.
I agree with that.
Okay. Is there a motion to table?
Sorry that we got into discussion on your behalf, but,
Yeah. Is the motion to table this consideration as resolution to the next board meeting?
So moved.
second.
Okay, it's been moved by Supervisor Riddle and second by Supervisor Witt to table resolution 2026-27 to a further meeting when we can get some clarification, more clarification on what's involved. So. Okay, the next item is item. Yeah, I'm sorry. I am. Yes, we'll vote on it. Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The resolution is tabled to a future meeting. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, the next item on the new business is resolution 2026-25, and that's designating Route 675 Adams Trail as a rural rustic road. And this page is 108 through 110. Dietrich, you're on.
I think Mr. Gravis.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
VDOT. This is one of the roads we brought you guys a couple months ago, and this one has never formally been designated as a rural rustic. So all we need from you guys is a resolution, and we'll be squared away.
Any questions from the board? You have it?
Thank you, Mr. Gravitt. It's in my district. I appreciate your efforts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Adoption of resolution 2026-25.
Okay, it's been moved by Supervisor Oaks, and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to approve resolution 2026-25 designating Route 675 Adams Trail from Route 57 to dead end for a total of 1.2 miles as a rural rustic road. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda was item 4, and that's the legal status of Plan Virginia Code 15.2-2232 review of CEP solar, Boxwood solar. Anyway, that's page 111 through 119. Mr. Easley, would you like to speak on that?
Sure. So Chair Rowe, let me clarify, this is not voting on the solar project. This is just voting on compliance of the comprehensive plan review. So on page 118, the planning commission held their comprehensive plan review. They made a motion 6-0 to approve the review of the 2232 that was in compliance with the Halifax County Comprehensive Plan. So this board need to review the planning commission vote and consider the motion on page 119 to accept the parcels in question for the project R Zone A1 and does comply with Halifax Comprehensive Plan. And that motion is on page 119.
Be happy to entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, on page 119, like Mr. Easley said, this is not voting for the solar project. This is just voting on the legal status. Correct, Mr. Easley?
Correct.
So I move pursuant to Virginia 15.2-2232A, the Halifax County Board of Supervisors find that the general location or approximate location, character, and extent of the proposed CEP Boxwood Solar Project, parcel 24705, 16194, 23133, 8746, 10514, 1348, 6053, 17266, 19138, 14881, 8362, 8322, 8368 are substantially in accord with the adopted Halifax County Comprehensive Plan.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Riddle and second by Supervisor Oaks to anyway to say that the plan is in accordance with the county comprehensive plan. Any further discussion on that? If none, everyone in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, the motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the conditional use permit application for CEP Solar Boxwood Solar, and that's pages 120 through 212. Mr. Easley, do you have anything to add, or has there been any changes since our last meeting?
Sure. So Chair Rowe, this is a consideration to the board to consider the Boxwood Solar Project installed at 69 megawatt on Chisholm Trail in Hodges Street. This board was part of a joint public hearing on the 16th. We did have 26 citizens to speak, 20 in opposition and 6 in support of the project. The Planning Commission did make a motion to deny the project. That motion did pass 5-1 to recommend to the board to deny the project. Since then, CEP has done some study and negotiation. Mr. Chairman, they would like to speak to the board tonight on additional site condition and also additional site agreement arrangements. So your permission, Chair Roller, CEP would like to just address the board on those 2 issues.
Okay, yes.
Hey, so how
Order.
you don't have to show us where we can't see, because I'm looking up and it says
Good evening, Chair Roller, members of the Halifax County Board of Supervisors. My name is Rob Propes. I'm with CEP Solar. And as Mr. Easley said, since the public hearing on June 16th, we had taken to heart some comments that we had received in part at the community meetings that we held, as well as that we heard at the June 16th hearing as it relates to the use of the local roads, Chisholm Trail and Hodges Street. And we would like to propose an additional condition on the project, on the Boxwood Solar project, which if accepted would be condition number 40. The condition, we did provide it to Mr. Easley last week, but he didn't receive it in time to include it in your board packet, and that's why I'm sharing it with you here tonight. This condition is intended to address the comments we heard, as I said, regarding the use of those roads that access the project. And I have the condition written out. Would you like me to read it verbatim? Is that your pleasure?
Yes, please.
Okay. Prior to the start of construction, the project will form a neighborhood group that will serve as a venue for the participants to share their thoughts on the safe and efficient use of the roads, which will include the identification of traffic calming measures to ensure delivery vehicles and construction workers are traveling to and from the project site safely. The group will meet once per month during the construction of the project. The project will identify one landowner from Chisholm Trail, one landowner from Hodges Street, one member from the local Amish community, and a VDOT representative. The group will also include a project representative and a contractor representative.
Okay, so it's gonna be in addition, so that'll be a condition 42. I think it's probably one condition. Page 158.
So that'll be 42.
42. My apologies.
Is that all you got to add?
That was related to the condition, and then I'm also happy to speak to the increase in the our commitment to the firehouse, the Liberty Firehouse, when you're ready for that.
So that's separate.
That's
a
separate.
different item.
Okay.
So
Okay, very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments, questions, concerns? What's the pleasure of the board?
Yes, I have something I'd like to say, Mr. Chairman, since that's from my district. And I first want to thank all the citizens for coming out to our last public hearing a few weeks ago and expressing their point of view on the proposed solar project. It is apparent that the citizens do not want this in our community. It not only destroys the environment, but also during the construction of a project of this size, the road in and out of there is of grave concern. There are blind spots at the intersection of Chisholm Trail and Liberty Road. We have a thriving Amish community to consider with horse and buggies. Also, a few years ago, a proposed ATV park for the same area was shot down because of citizen outrage. And that would be destroying the land where they had grown up. What's changed? I think we all know that. Over 75% of the landowners live out of state. The gentleman representing the company stated that very little buffer is needed around the project because of natural buffers. That simply is not true. Along the whole east side of the Palmer property, it is clear cut up to the border. He also stated at the public forum at the Liberty Fire Department that they would most likely sell the project before construction starts. How are we to believe anything the company says when they're planning to sell it? Who's responsible then? With the recent fine imposed on the Alton solar plant, imagine the destruction of the 75-acre wetlands in the middle of this project. Virginia has no net loss policy on wetlands. Let's continue that in this case. When do we as a county say enough is enough for the ordinance and be done with the green new scam as we all know it? Because if it was not for subsidies and tax credits, which is taxpayer dollars, we would not be having this conversation. Furthermore, if we as a board put our full efforts behind the IDA moving forward with manufacturing, It will be much more sustainable and fruitful for the county's future revenue stream. So therefore, Mr. Chairman, I move to deny this project.
I have something to say before that. This is not easy for anybody, okay? What we're dealing with two sides. People talk about landowners' rights, but that goes both ways, okay? And so it's a difficult decision sometimes for us to make because we have to take into consideration everything. A few years ago when we enacted that, the ordinance that we're talking about, there was one specific thing that we put in that ordinance, and that each case or each application will be judged on a case-by-case basis. What that means is that sometimes things differ, not in terms of the ordinance is fine, okay? But some other factors can be included and considered also. If I recall right, I think Supervisor Riddle mentioned something about the ATV park that they tried to get in there a few years ago. I think some of you probably remember that. Within that ordinance, one of the main things that we talked about within that ordinance was the peaceful travel and the safety of those roads. When I voted, most of the people who are in favor now, a great percentage of them, were against that ATV park coming. I voted no, and it passed, and we denied that ordinance. I mean, we denied that park. The same situation exists here now with vehicles coming in and out of that place dealing with safety. And the main thing we should be willing to do is listen to the citizens who live there. It was voted on, and I think it may have been unanimous when we denied that. The same safety that we're dealing with now, then we're dealing with it again. I voted for solar, I voted against it. But in each case, you have different facts that are involved. In this case, the same safety that was involved with the ATV park is involved with these people. And for that reason, I contend that I can't deviate from what I did before because the safety of those 20 people or those people who were involved, it's the same thing that's involved now. Sure, we need the money, but sometimes you have to disregard money and think about what's right.
Please hold it, pause. It's not proper. There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
We haven't had a discussion yet.
Okay. Who's second? Is that Mr. McGowan? Mr. McGowan?
I'd like to make a comment on that.
Okay.
I'm asking this board, just remember, if it's in your front yard or your backyard, you better think twice before voting yes on this large solar project. That's all I have to say. Think twice before you vote.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Riddle, seconded by Supervisor McDowell,
Mr. Chairman.
for the facility to be denied. We're still in discussion. Go ahead, Vice Chair Smart.
Yeah, I'd like to make a statement too. You know, and the majority of the negative comments a few weeks ago were a lot of them were unfounded and inaccurate concerns about solar containing poisons and other things, and concerns about neighbors no longer being able to enjoy their neighbors' land. And I've said before, it is about money in a lot of ways. The money brought to Halifax County and its citizens, the citizen landowners do collect money for rent. They collect money, the county collects money from land, from taxes, from gross profit sharing and siting agreements. Local contractors collect money for work they do on the facilities, and local charities benefit from solar company generosity. The vocal minority a lot of times ask, where's the money? And I'm going to say it is in the general fund, just like most of the money we get from industry. But unlike many other industries, solar facilities pay up front. We don't have to wait for years for that tax revenue to begin to flow. It begins in the beginning. And no less important, this project will provide electricity into Virginia's nearly 40% deficient electric grid. This will affect us.
Order. Listen, this is for the supervisors to discuss, not the audience. Okay. Okay.
There is an,
Go ahead, Super.
May I continue?
Yes, go ahead.
There is an end in sight. Currently, the total number of approved under-panel solar acres is about 1.1% in Halifax County. We have agreed previously on this board that 3% would be the max. Now, Halifax County will be done with solar before we reach that number. And finally, if you look at all of the comments of the landowners and all of the comments of the speakers and all of the comments of the letter writers, there wasn't a clear majority. I got probably 10 letters for this. So for those reasons, I am in support of this project and will not support it. So I would like to make a substitute motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve this project as approved with the 42
Vice Chair Small, I think that we just chasing ourselves around. We have a motion on the floor in a second. We'll vote on that motion, and then if we're able to go to another motion, we will try that if you're in agreement with that.
If a substitute motion would be voted first if I get a second, correct?
That is correct.
I'll second that motion. And I want to speak to it.
Okay, so Robert Smart, okay, Vice Chair Small made a motion, a substitute motion to approve. Seconded by Supervisor Witt. Okay. Mr. Witt, go ahead.
Okay, so, I appreciate everybody's stance on this and your emotional involvement. This is America. And in America, we have property rights.
You need to think about the generation.
Listen, order. Listen, this is now, yeah.
Did I say something wrong?
We can't speak in America.
I said this is America.
We can't speak in America. Okay. I'm just asking.
Look.
I was wondering if we.
Listen, we're trying to conduct a meeting, ma'am. You need to sit and let us conduct our meeting, or either we'll need to ask you to leave. Whichever one we need to do. It's your choice.
All right. So this is about property rights, and this is about county policy, Virginia law, etc. And many of the letters that I've received are from adjoining property owners, not people who live away from here, that have a right to use their land as they see fit if it's legal and it follows the requirements. We have an ordinance. This ordinance has been followed and is met or exceeded by the CEP developers. The ordinance is supposed to protect people on both sides of the fence, And one person's right is no better than somebody else's person's right on the property that they own. If it's going to be disruptive, it is going to be for a year, but it's on a public road that's owned by the state of Virginia. The developers have, and the ordinance says that we will make sure those roads are the same. A lot of the land that has been used, I think, and I don't know, but is land that other people own that's close to where everybody lives that wants to hunt, fish, and four-wheel, and whatever they want to do. But the other side has property rights as well. And Do we need the revenue? Yes, we do need the revenue. We have unmet needs in public safety, huge unmet needs, that without some source of revenue, we'll have to raise taxes. One way or the other, if you're gonna have public safety, you gotta pay for it. And this is helpful in that respect. And the ordinance is so much stronger than the previous ordinances that we did with solar that it's almost not even comparable. But you can't get away from, bad actors are bad actors, and we're living with that in Halifax County. There's no evidence that solar panels reduce adjoining property right. There's no evidence of that. When completed, you won't hear it, you won't smell it, and 99% you won't see it. If there is an obstructive view, vegetative planting will be done to protect that. So either we have solar or we don't have solar. If we have it and everybody follows it, excuse me,
Order, please.
if we have a solar ordinance and we follow solar ordinance, I don't know why you would take that right away from somebody else.
Supervisor Wade,
Yes, sir.
I agree with you on some things, but you're sort of contradicting what I was saying. The key part of the ordinance was dealing with things on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
That's the difference what we have here. That's the reason that I made mention of the fact that the prior board, you may have been on there when the ATV part came up, but nobody else was on there. And we voted on it based on the fact of public safety of those roads. The same situation as existing here tonight. That's the only reason. As I told you, I'm not against solar. And I voted for solar and I voted against. But what we're dealing with here is that case by case basis, whereas a prior board had voted on public safety with the road. Now, you can vote any way you want to. There's no question about that. But what you just said is that it's two sides, and that's what we're dealing with now. Just two sides.
How would you ever have a solar installation that didn't disrupt the
Case by
road?
case, depending on the location of the property. Okay, but we had made a decision before, not this board, but a prior board had, that this situation, having that ATV park, we're dealing with transportation and cars coming in and out of that lanes. And it was undue safety on those roads.
Okay.
And that was just an ATV park. It wasn't a place where large trucks and stuff would be coming. That's all I wanted to present to the board.
Okay. Any other comments by the supervisors?
Mr. Claiborne, just appreciate your comments. But after a year, the truck traffic would be gone. It'd be almost no traffic, where an ATV park would have constant traffic the entire time it's open, correct?
So what you're saying is that during that time, if someone gets killed, then it doesn't matter because it's open. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly what he's saying. 2 and 4 years old live out there.
Okay, no comment from now, please.
Well,
Let's try to keep this in order.
If you're gonna have trucks out there, people are taking over all the time. So it'd be you're not going to keep trucks out by voting no.
It sounds like what's happening here is that what we're saying is that life is not being protected, or the chances of those things happening, as long as it's minimal, doesn't matter. But I deal with, please, but I'm just dealing with and letting the board be aware of what we decided already in relation to those roads.
Any other comments by board members? Okay, we have a substitute motion made by Vice Chair Smart, seconded by Supervisor Witt, to approve the additional use permit with the 42 conditions. I think it'll be appropriate for us to do a roll call vote.
Supervisor Riddle,
No.
Chair Roller,
Yes.
Supervisor Oates,
Yes.
Supervisor Witt,
Yes.
Vice Chair Smart,
Yes.
Supervisor Thompson,
Yes.
Supervisor McDowell, he said no. Supervisor Clayton.
No.
Motion passes 5-3.
Care more about putting money in your pocket than you do about your own community. They already almost killed my kids, but you don't care about that. Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The motion passed 5-3. The next item on the agenda is the proposed solar siting agreement. Pages 213 through 236.
Y'all just remember, we're the ones voted for y'all up there now. We. Halifax County voted for y'all.
No, it's not. He said he can't bring no solar. I'm not charging for anything. He can't bring no solar and
All right.
their line down.
Let's go.
Sell out. Bunch of sell out.
He's right.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the proposed solar siting agreement, pages 213 through 238. And, Dietrich, I think you had something you want to listen also.
Sure. So Chair Roller, the Planning Commission did recommend approving this site agreement at the joint meeting. So in that discussion, there were some comments about the appropriation to Liberty Fire Department. CE Solar did go back and discuss negotiations on payment arrangements with the fire department. So I'd like to allow Mr. Brock to come up again and just tell the board what negotiation has been worked out for the Liberty Fire Department.
So Chair Roller, good evening, members of the Halifax County Board. Kind of disappointed a lot of folks left because one of the things that people mentioned on the June 16th meeting was there was some disappointment in the level of our grant commitment to the Liberty Fire Department. We took that to heart, and you heard me say when I was here on June 16th that I would re-engage with the Liberty Fire Department. So I did do that. I reached out to them. While they did say that they were very grateful for the $10,000 that we were offering, and there was no need to increase that. Based on the comments that we heard from the community, we felt that it was important to increase our commitment, almost doubling it to $19,000. And what that's going to do for the Liberty Fire Department is allow them to convert an existing vehicle that they have, a pickup truck, to a vehicle that is capable of fighting brush fires. So they received a quote from a local shop that can do that work, and so we would like to increase our commitment to the Liberty Fire Department. Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Easley?
So just notice on page 222, so you will see the outline within 30 days of the CEP approval. We would get $174,000 for Evans Park playground equipment, and also the Liberty Fire Department would get the $19,000 for the conversion of a truck for a fire brush truck. And then we would get our payments as outlined in the site agreement.
And the motion's on page 218 in our forward book.
Do we have to vote on that? Because that's a donation coming from the people. Why does that require a vote?
So this is put into the site agreement to make it legal binding documents that we will get our funds as well as the fire department.
So all we would have to do is just approve the amendment. We don't have to vote because they're giving the money out privately to Edmund Fire and to so what we should do is just amend the site conditions? That should have been
No,
added
we
in.
normally, approve the citing agreement, which is the,
That should have been
which
added,
is the
yeah.
payments. Well, it's no need to approve that until the
Right.
CUP is approved, and that's where we are.
Approve the
Now,
amendment.
we've approved the CUP, now we're approving the
Site agreement.
citing agreement for it. So,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I make the motion that, we approve the, signing agreement as,
okay. Is-
Amended, I second
Okay, it's been properly moved by Vice Chair Smart and seconded by Supervisor Oaks that we approve the solar facility siting agreement between Halifax County and Boxwood Solar LLC as presented. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Same.
Okay. Motion carries 5-3.
No, I abstain.
You abstain, I'm sorry. Motion carries 5-2. Supervisor Claiborne abstained, so. The next item on our agenda is battery energy storage facilities proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. That's pages 237 through 247.
So Chair Rowland, this is a new ordinance to go in our zoning ordinance to allow battery energy storage. So this was presented to the Planning Commission Board during joint public hearing. We had no comments from the public, so this was ultimately approved unanimously by the Planning Commission to adopt Resolution 226-29 to allow battery energy storage into our zoning ordinance. And this needs to be done by July 1 to not oversee the July 1 House bill that was passed that allowed battery storage by right of use without having the ordinance in place.
And this was recommended by the Planning Commission.
It was recommended by the Planning Commission.
Just resolution 2026-29.
No, motion's on page 240.
240. Mr. Chairman, if you're here, I move that we recommend, Article 5, I guess that's Article. Is that 5.111 or 8? Anyway, battery storage facilities and amend section 53-175 use regulations to add utility scale battery energy storage systems or BESS as a permitted use subject to the issuance of a conditional use permit.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Vice Chair Smart and seconded by Supervisor Oaks to approve the battery energy storage ordinance. Any discussion? If none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.
No.
Okay, so that would be, the motion passes 6-2, with Supervisor Riddle and Supervisor McDowell voting no. Okay, pending matters, unfinished business. And that's personnel appointments, that'll be for closed session.
What's this right here? On page 246. Is that what we just passed? I mean. What's that on 246, Mr. Brady?
Resolution to amend chapter 50 zoning ordinance solar energy.
What is this thing? It's the same thing. It's a resolution that we have signed.
Yeah.
The county attorney and Mr. Brady was signed, just to go in the records.
Okay.
So we passed the ordinance.
We passed the ordinance. Do we need to pass this resolution?
Do we need to pass the resolution?
I think so.
Okay.
I make a motion, we, approve resolution 2026-29.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt, seconded by Supervisor Oaks to approve resolution 2026-29 to amend chapter 53 zoning article 7 solar energy facilities. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign.
No.
Okay, motion passes. I hear a no vote from Supervisor Riddle. I didn't hear one from McDowell.
You said no.
Okay, the two no votes, okay. Supervisors' comments.
No appointments.
Normally we do appointments when we come to closed session.
Okay.
I don't know how.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, normally we do those are to come to closed session.
Any staff updates?
Okay. Supervisor comments. Supervisor Riddle.
I'm good.
Supervisor Oaks.
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Witt.
No.
Vice Chair Smart.
I'm good.
Okay. Supervisor McDowell. Supervisor Thompson.
I'm good.
Supervisor Clover.
No further comment.
Okay, I'm good also. Next item is closed session, and I think we have two. We have one subsection A1 personnel and appointments, and we also have subsection A3 dealing with property. We have to entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we enter into closed session pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711 to discuss personnel matters and the acquisition of property.
Second.
And that will be subsection A1 and also subsection A3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to enter into closed session on subsection A1 personnel appointments and subsection A3 property. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Okay, motion carries. We will,
Hey, Ron, when you go to closed session, call my county phone if you would.
Will do.
yeah.
Where was,
Recording in progress.
Okay, I'd be glad to entertain a motion to adopt a resolution for certification of closed session.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second. It's been properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to adopt a resolution for certification of closed session. A roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Riddle.
Yes.
Chair Roller.
Yes.
Supervisor Oaks.
Yes.
Supervisor Witt.
Yes.
Vice Chair Smart. Supervisor Thompson.
Oh.
Supervisor Thompson, he's.
I think he's in the restroom.
He's coming in. I think
Okay.
he had to make a pit stop.
Sorry, I didn't look around
Here you
close
go.
enough.
Supervisor McDowell. Back on.
Neither one of them,
And Supervisor Claiborne.
yes. Got five.
Yep.
Certification. Certification.
Oh, no.
Money.
You vote yes for
Certification.
certification, closed session. Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. The next item is action resulting from closed session. I think the first one would be a motion for appointment of the resolution for the appointment of the building official.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to, make a motion to approve resolution 2026-30, a resolution of the Board of Supervisors of Halifax County ratifying and confirming the appointment of the building official from September 2nd, 2025.
Second. Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to approve resolution 2026-30. And ratifying and confirming the appointment of the building official since September 2nd, 2025. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. The next item would be a motion to designate someone to designate Brian Brand to complete the opportunity zone application.
So moved.
I second.
Who
Okay.
made the motion?
Pete.
Oh, you made the motion.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It's been properly motioned by Supervisor Riddle and seconded by Supervisor Claiborne to designate Brian Brand to complete the opportunity zone application. Any discussion? If none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The next item is Industrial Development Advisory. I'm sorry, hit Brian Brown on my mind. So Agricultural Development Advisory Committee, reappointment of Shirley Archer.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to put forward Ms. Shirley Archer to be reappointed to the Agricultural Development Advisory Committee.
Second. Okay, it's been properly properly motioned by Supervisor Oaks and seconded by Supervisor Riddle to reappoint Shirley Archer to the Agricultural Development Advisory Committee. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. The next item would be Planning Commission, election District 6.
I thought we was gonna do what Betsy Throckmorton on the Improvement Council.
No, she's recreation.
Oh, recreation, okay,
Yeah.
kidding, I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah. Monty, you want
Yes,
to make
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to
Make a motion to nominate Nelson Link for D6 Planning Commission.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Thompson, second by Supervisor Riddle to appoint Nelson Link to the Planning Commission representing election District 6. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. The Recreation Committee, is Robbie back with us yet? Is he with us?
See if I can get him back.
Well, I mean, he wanted to make, anybody can make a motion.
I'll make a motion
It's
that
Betsy Throckmorton.
we appoint Betsy Throckmorton to the Recreation Committee.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt, seconded by Supervisor Riddle to appoint Betsy Throckmorton to the Recreation Advisory Committee. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, the motion carries. And we also have a reappointment for the Recreation Committee, and that would be Michelle Johnson.
Make a motion, we reappoint Michelle Johnson.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Supervisor Witt, second by Supervisor Riddle to reappoint Michelle Johnson to the Recreation Committee. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. The motion carries. Okay. Any other thing?
Yes, one more to appoint them to designate to help.
I thought we'd do that next meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be done next meeting? Assistant.
I thought we'd do that August meeting.
Assistant, Mr.
Yeah.
No,
That needs to be done tonight.
Brian?
Oh, it's already
Yeah,
done?
done it. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we took care of that.
Okay.
Okay, the next meeting we have scheduled is the Board of Supervisors on August 3rd, 2026 at 6:30, and Board of Supervisors and Planning Commission joint meeting on August 18th, 2026 at 6:30.
Question, are we gonna have a special meeting before then for something? No, okay, we did it tonight. All right, we're good. August 3rd, yep.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, proper motion by Supervisor Witt, second by Supervisor Riddle, second by Supervisor Witt, also adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those like
Board
Jason.
members, please don't forget to
Yeah,
take your
please,
shovel
take your shovel.
and your stand.
You get
And
my stand.
please check your mailbox.
I might need it to get you to call.
I already said that.
Oh, you know that.
Recording stopped.